Morning, students. How are we this morning? How are you? Are we good?
Good.
Good. That's good to hear. Today we look at some science. Before we start with our lesson, let's first watch a short video clip. A short video clip about flowering plants. And today we will end Unit 2. So we'll also have a test coming up, a unit test coming up. So let's have a listen to the video and let's see what they talk about. Okay. The video here. Let's put some sound. Okay.
All living things, both flowering plants and non-flowering plants, start small. They grow and grow, and when fully grown, make plants of their own. We call this a life cycle because it happens over and over again. For flowering plants, this cycle begins with a seed. Then with water, roots and seed shoots will emerge. The roots soak up nutrients. This gives the shoot energy to push towards the sunlight. Next, leaves start to form. They soak up sunlight and carbon dioxide from the air. This produces food for the plant. We call this photosynthesis. At the plant's adult stage, flowers start to grow. Moving pollen from the stamen to the stigma produces seeds. This is called pollination. Now the flower has seeds, it needs to get them out into the world. Some flowers use wind, some water, some protect their seeds in fruit, which animals eat, then scatter later. Some seeds stick to animals, and some are shot out by the flower. Non-flowering plants like ferns and mosses don't even have seeds. They begin their life cycle as spores. Spores are created by an adult plant without any need for pollination. Spores have to get out into the big wide world too, so that just like flowering plants, the life cycle can begin again.
Okay, that's just a short video about the life cycle of flowering plants. Oh, it seems like there's some more videos wanting to play in the background. Okay, so when we look at what we talked about, let's first quickly go through our homework that everyone was supposed to do and complete. And we'll quickly go through that.
Yes.
To see what the answers were. Those that
What? I'm late.
So, the first one, this first page here, we already looked at. Remember, we looked at the answers. We did them together. But the second one, we had to do and take a picture and send on the line group. Now let's see who can remember what the answers is. What is the answer for number 1? Who can tell me? What do we call the bottom part of the?
We already do it. We
Yes,
already do this.
But we're going to write a test. So we are just going through it again to make sure we remember.
Okay.
What is our first one, number 1? Who can tell me?
What page? 69.
Yes. The sepal. The sepal. Number 1 is the sepal. What is number 2?
Wait.
Petal.
Number 2 is petal.
Petal. Yes, very good. Excellent. Number 3
Number 3 is filament.
is the filament. The filament, yes. Number 4?
Anther.
Anther. Yes. Number 5?
Number 5 is stamen.
Stamen. Yes. Number 6. Stigma. The stigma. It is the stigma. Yes, very good. Number 7.
Die.
Style. Yes, it is the style that keeps the stigma in the air. Number 8.
Ovary.
Is the ovary. And that all together makes up number 9, which is
Pistol.
pistol. Yes, it's the pistol. That is our
Pistol.
parts of
Pistol.
the
Pistol.
flowering plant. All of them together. Okay.
Easy.
How about this one? That one was easy. Yes. It's easy if we know it. But if we don't know it, not easy. So it's good. Let's see. What is number 1 here? Do we know what these ones are? What's number 1?
I think it's cutting. Cutting.
Cutting. What do we think? We have one is say cutting. Cutting looks like number 2. What is number 1? Plugging. Plugging, where we cut a small cavity inside a plant, and then we put the other plant inside, and we make a plug. A plugging. Number 2. Number 2 is a cutting. Number 3. Number 3, is it seeding, in-arching, layering, tissue culture, or budding?
Budding.
Budding. Let's see. Let's see. Number 3 is in-arching. Number 3 is in-arching. It is where we take 2 plants and we tie them together to form roots through in-arching. Number 4. What is number 4? Tissue culture. Yes, number 4 is tissue culture. Well, I didn't put 1 in for number 4. Let me just write it down then here. Tissue culture. And number 5, we have seeding. When we're planting seeds. So now we have tissue culture, we have seeding. What is number 6? Who can tell me?
Layering.
Number 6 is layering. Let's see, is that the correct answer? Oh, that one I'll put later. Huh? Layering. Very good. Yeah, this one, number 4, can be either cloning or tissue culture. I put cloning, but we can use tissue culture here. Okay. Number 6 was layering, and our last one, number 7.
Budding.
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 Yes, very good, excellent. Well done. It is budding. It is budding. So that's all our answers for our homework that we had to do last time. And the reason why I want to do this with you is so that we prepare for our test for next week. But we have to finish for next week. Okay. So moving on with this chapter, we talk the last bit of chapter unit 3, chapter 3, unit 3. Flowering plant life cycle. Now, what is a life cycle? A life cycle is the way everything circulates. You get born, you get older, you are raised up, you go to school, you go to work, you go get babies, you die, and then so it carries on. The circle of life. For a flowering plant, it's a seed. The seed will grow into a small plant, which will grow to a bigger plant, which will create fruit. The fruit will create seeds. The seeds will create new plants. So it's always a circle, and life moves forward. Let's read what they say here. A cycle is a series of events that are repeated over and over again in the same order. So the circle doesn't change, it just keeps going. Flowering plants have a life cycle, a series of events that take place which are then repeated. A flowering plant's life cycle is as follows. A plant grows from a seed into a fully grown plant. The plant then produces flowers. The flowers reproduce and form a product such as a fruit, which contains seeds. Yes. These seeds, if placed in soil or in the proper conditions, they will grow into new plants. And the whole process is repeated. This is called the life cycle of plants. This is called the life cycle of plants. Now, here I made a diagram for you guys, the plant's life cycle. So first, we start here at the beginning. We start with a fruit, because the fruit has a seed. So the most important question is, what came first? Did the plant came first or did the seed came first? Which one was invented first? It's a good question. Who came first? So we start off with a seed. The seed is the important part. Little tiny seeds, little tiny seeds. So we take the seed, we put it into soil. You can see here, they put it underneath the soil here, put it underneath the soil. If they give it a little bit of water, they give a little bit of water here, bloop, 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 some water, and the water goes to the root, or first to the seed, and the root will start to grow out here, and the roots will absorb the water. And when it absorbs the water, it starts growing a lot. Like we can see, look at the roots here. There's a lot more roots now. So once the roots grow, the plant will shoot up out of the ground and start growing. So that's what we see happening here. We have the plant growing a little bit from a seedling. Now it's a seedling. From the seed to a seedling. It has a couple of small leaves for it to start producing its own food. So here, while photosynthesis takes place, the plant is growing. Its roots is growing and the top is growing. From a seedling, it moves to a big plant. Yeah, look at all these beautiful leaves now. Look how big these leaves are compared to the tiny leaf it had. And now also we started to produce flowers and fruits. Flowers and fruits. After pollination, we can create flowers and fruits. So when the plant is pollinated, it creates the fruits which has the seeds. So from the adult plant, it gets pollinated. The seeds start to form inside the fruits here. And then we start again from the beginning. So we have a seed, germination of the seed, seedling, adult plant, pollination. 5. Seed, germination, seedling, adult plant, pollination.
Yes.
5. Remember those 5. Remember them. That is an important part for the life cycle of plants. So let's have a look at another picture here. Oh, this one is full of drawings. This is a different picture. The same concept, but this one has 6 life cycles. 6 life cycles. Let's see what this one explains. So first, where do we start? Here at the top. The seed germinates. So we have our tiny seed planted, it germinates. From germination, it moves into a seedling. This is not in your book, so you just have to watch and pay attention. It's not inside your book. The seed germinates to form a seedling. Yeah. So the plant starts to grow. From a seedling, it goes and forms an adult plant. And the adult plant can produce flowers. The flowers obviously has the stamen and the stigma. And these two help with pollination to create seeds. So from the adult plant, we go here to pollination. Pollination. Woohoo. Yeah. Learning is fun. It's a pollination. So we have seedling, adult, pollination. And the last one is back to producing seeds. Producing seeds and fruits. And the last one, they said, yeah, the plant dies. Yeah, the plant can't live forever. We also don't live forever. So the plant dies. So let's compare the 2 pictures. So first, they say seed germinates, plant grows. Oi. Seed germinates. Yes, we agree. The plant will grow. Yes. The plant flowers. Yes. The flower produces fruits. Yes. The fruit release seeds. Yes. The plant dies. So 6 steps.
Yes.
But the better one for me is this one, because it explains pollination. So yes, we have fruit and seeds, which are this one. If we compare the 2 pictures, let's start from the first picture. We have seed germination. So seed germinates. Seed germinates, number 1. Number 2, the plant grows. What does our first picture say? It says seedling. So this is 1 and 2, seedling, and then you get adult plant. So number 2, the plant grows. And here we have 3. Our first picture says adult plant, yes. This one means it can produce flowers, the adult plant. 4, what does number 4 say? Let's look. Adult plant, pollination. Pollination. So here, produce flowers for number 4, yes, is pollination. And then we have the fruits and the seeds, the last one. Because we need a seed to plant. So then we have 5. 5 of them. And the one they added was that the plant will die. Yes, the plant will die. It's not that important.
Yes.
When the plant dies, it falls to the floor and it will create nutrients for the new seed to grow. So it is also part of a cycle of life. It becomes a compost and grows. Okay. That is part of our, that's our flowering plants and how they life cycles look like. So we finished this unit. This unit we have finished now. Now we have a test here. It's only 10 questions. I want to read through the test, but we're not going to answer your questions now. This is on page 76. You will have to complete this 2 pages, is 1 and 2. Send a photo on the line group, because all of these tests and assignments will go to your score. So it's important to try and do them properly and give all attention. But let's first let's read through the test and let's see if we all understand. Okay. If you don't understand the question, please raise your hand so we can see if we can explain it properly. So number 1, darken the circle in front of the correct answer, like normal. When does the flower fertilization occur? When the petals wither, when the ovule becomes a fruit, when the pollen reaches the ovule in the ovary, when the pollen falling on top of the pistil. So we'll have to go read a little bit earlier about fertilization. Number 2, which element of the flower will grow up as a seed? The ovule, ovary, ovule, style, or stigma? There's a picture in the book. You can look, there's a picture. Which part of the plant does the flesh of the fruit we eat belong to? The ovule, the ovary, the stigma, the top stamen. If you want to propagate a lot of orchids for selling, which method of propagation should you choose? Go look at the types of propagation. There's 6 of them. 7 if you count microbiology. There is one that specifically talks about orchids. That talks about an orchid. So go read there, which one is it? You'll find your answer there. Okay, just read a little bit. Which of the following is the production of a male gametophyte? Gametophyte. So might be a little bit tricky. To give you a hint, Google this word. Google this word. If you want a hint, you can Google this word. Okay. That's the first 5. The second 5. What is the transfer of pollen from the stamen to the pistil called? Fertilization, genetic modification, pollination, germination. Which part, number 7, which part of a flower is the male reproductive part? The petal, the sepal, the stamen, the pistil. It's also on that explanation of the diagram we did in the beginning of the class. Okay. Which of the following is the function of the flower in reproduction? Make pollen grains, protect the seeds, attract pollinators, sorry, my screen's a bit dirty, attract pollinators, and protect the bud. So pollinators is creatures that pollinate, like wind, animals, or humans, or water, types of pollinators. Number 9, what is the name of the female reproductive organ in the flower? That you will also find on the first page. Filament, sepal, stamen, pistil. After fertilization, which part of the flower becomes fruit? The sepal, the ovary, the ovule, the petal. Okay, so this is the 10 questions. It's not a lot of questions, but you can find the answers in the book. A lot of these answers, you can find them in the section that deals with this. The section that deals with the parts of a flower. Look at that in your book to get an idea of which answer goes with which question. The same with some of the other questions. Definitely talk about the types of plant propagation. Now we have the answers. We just need to go read which one worked the best for the question. Same with some flowering plants. So the test doesn't really do a lot with flowering plants, but we have enough information to help us currently. Is there anyone that does not understand any of the questions? Does anyone have a question for me? Does anyone have a question for me? I want to just quickly make one more slide here. Anyone have a question for me?
Nope.
Does everyone understand they have to complete the unit test?
Yes.
Bye. What is next week date? Okay, complete by the 11th of August, 2021. Oh, I will show you guys now. And please also remember to write your name and nickname. Name on the page. On every page. Write your name and nickname on every page. So yeah, so complete the unit test for science. Complete by 11th August. So you have 1 week to do the 10 questions. So if you do 2 questions every day, you can finish in 5 days. Okay. Complete by, okay, write your name and your nickname on every page. And please take a photo and send it on the line group. We will then print it and mark it. And it will go to your score. It will go to your score. Does anyone have any questions? Now would be a good time to ask your questions.
Hey, boy. FBI up there.
Okay. So that's all that we're going to do today for science. We just wanted to finish the topic and let us finish the unit test so that we can have some additional score for our marks. So please read your questions properly. If you have any questions, please, you can contact me online or you can speak to Teacher Pooh. She can speak to me. And we will help you wherever we can. Okay. You can take a 20-minute break. We will see you again at 11 o'clock. Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
No, next lesson.
Bye.